Hey guys, up Sandu, and we are back with another Slayer vlog. I've been playing quite a lot recently. I basically had a very busy week 2 weeks ago where I had like 3 papers due, a like 6-page lab report, 2 major tests, and then last week wasn't too bad, and this week I actually have a whole week off. I'm actually back home in Long Island, which is really nice. So we'll start up, this will be a little Slayer vlog, but I'll start off this video with a big surprise. I actually got a new pet. You guys saw in my previous 2 videos I got a Zami pet, and I also got a Bandos pet in my previous video after that, but I actually got a new pet, and I'm going to make it a complete surprise, so you guys won't know who it is. And it is the pet heron. I was actually doing quite a bit of monkfish. Here he is. I actually like this pet a lot. I was doing monkfishing in the Piscatorius fishing colony, but and then I just randomly got this guy, and the odds are actually insane. My fishing level was only like 72 or something. Here's the picture I posted on Twitter, some of you guys saw. Yeah, I was 72 fishing, and I got the pet heron, which was a 1 for every fish that you catch, or monkfish. I had a 1 out of 136,783 chance of catching or getting the pet heron, which is pretty insane because I had only fished about 1,000 monkfish up to that point, and I really hadn't fished many monkfish since the pet update quite a while ago. So that's really insane. I actually continued fishing a bit. I got level 75. One of my favorite skills, although I've just never really gotten around to grinding it, but I really had a lot of, well, not a lot of fun, but it's like pretty relaxing just fishing monkfish and kind of working on that. So that's something I might be doing, you know, in my spare time, or if I want to watch movies or something. It's really nice to fish monkfish. Here, I upgraded my house a bit. I'll show you guys this as well. So these are the pets that I own, and also the Zami one. I guess we'll take the pet heron. Let's call the follower here. Here we go. So you can add a menagerie to your house. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, this room. Menagerie, that's as close as I can really get. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce it. But here are the pets I currently own. So I have the pet General Garter, the Krill or whatever, the Zami pet, and then the heron. And then these pets are just kind of like filler pets, although they're kind of nice. My Hellcat's around here somewhere. The Clockwork Cat, which you can actually just buy. The Hellcats, the Pet Rock. I have a bunch of these fish, which are just kind of fillers, and you could view the pet list as well. One thing I've wondered about this is that, what if you were to get one of these pets and then lose it? Would it say like previously owned or something, or maybe it would just say not owned? I guess because that would technically be correct. But with my pets, I did insure them with the Probeta NPC in Ardoyan. So you can insure them, so if I lose any of these pets, I can pay 1 mil to get them back, so they're permanently tied to my account. So that's really nice to know that you can't really lose it. I watched a few videos of people getting pets and then instantly losing them. That's really the key, to just instantly insure them so you don't have to worry about that. I guess I can show you guys my house as well. I added a bunch of new things. I added a new portal room, or actually 2 new portal rooms. This is the portal to the wilderness, which I'll just show you. The demonic ruins in the wilderness, which is really nice. I've been doing a ton of Callista recently with some of my friends, and if anyone else wants to do PVM, let me know. I've had quite a few people message me, like Full Mags, for example, the previous video you guys saw. Not a guy I've known for a long time, but we did a lot of PVM and had some good results. Also, a teleport to Apatol and the Fishing Guild. These 2 are not very useful, although I guess this one might be useful for farming. Kitchen is the same, I just moved it here. I started doing a bit of construction. I had like 75 banked, and I want to get 84 because that will allow me to boost to 90, and then I'll be able to upgrade my revitalization pool, which I'll show you in a second. Here's my marble fireplace. I basically just made everything look kind of nice. I spent a little bit of money. Like, that's not really useful for anything, but it looks nice. And the rug, I think you need like a gold leaf for this, but it looks really nice, so I upgraded it. I think this was for an achievement diary, the Isafdar painting. And I think you can also get an achievement diary with a large map, but I don't have the level yet. So this is all the same, although it's been a while since I've showed my house. So I got my Camelot, Lumbridge, and Falador portal. This altar room, which will not be very useful very soon, because I have the Superior Garden here now. I have the Zen theme. I think the other theme looks really bad. I don't like the blue one. But anyway, so I have the Pool of Revitalization, which instantly heals your run energy and special attack. Just to show you. Oh, I also added the max hit dummy and a combat room. So just to show you, this dummy is really cool. Every time you hit with it, you'll always hit your max hit. And I posted on Twitter of like a 111 with Darox. So you can always click on this and you could get your special attack back right away. You could add a fence around this area, but it's pretty useless because it just kind of blocks things off and makes things hard to get to. So I also did a teleport thing here for Lunar Isle, which is nice for switching. Waterbirth Island, which is really nice. We did a lot of Dagonos, and I got some good loot. I actually have a ton of loot videos built up, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, actually, I just feel like making a live commentary video because most of my previous videos have been kind of like loot videos and stuff, which are cool and they're fun. I think they're pretty good overall, but I've had so many of them in a row now that I want to just make something live. And the rest of my house isn't anything special. This is just the stuff that's always been here. I did upgrade this a little bit, like put in better beds and things, but that's just cosmetic. But it's cool to have a house that looks pretty good. Also, I got 94 Slayer and I got 95 range. And like I said, I got some construction and fishing levels, so we're definitely making progress. So anyway, what are we doing? We're going to do our task, which we can go and do right now. So the task we're doing is Nechryaels, as I said, I think, and the reason I like this task now, and I actually unblocked it, is because they actually buffed Nechryaels. I'm not sure when, it might have been quite a while ago. As you guys know, I haven't been playing in a while, until the last like 2 months or so. But the way they buff them is essentially, they drop like way better stuff now. They drop like 10k coins at a time, and just a bunch of other like alchable stuff, and a lot of runes and stuff, and noted stuff. It's really pretty good shit. Unfortunately, with Nechryaels, like there's always like one of the laws of RuneScape is you can't cannon Nechryaels or gargoyles or abyssal demons. I'm pretty sure about gargoyles. I don't think you can cannon them, but they're still pretty worth it, and especially with the blowpipe. The blowpipe is really nice. I've been enjoying using this for Slayer a lot recently. As you see, I bought a lot of scales for it. I keep running out when I buy like 50% worth, so now I just buy 100%, and then we quickly have enough for a long time. The blowpipe will really like tear right through these guys. Like, let's try to show you if we can get some good hits. This isn't really a good example, but yeah, you can hit like 20s. There you go, 15. The blowpipe is a bit faster than the whip, so it's really devastating. I know it's slightly slower if you use it on other players, which makes it not quite as useful, but on NPCs it's like insane. Like, it's not super accurate, the blowpipe. It's only 60 accuracy, and then plus whatever darts you're using. I'm using Mithril, as you see, but the slow speed is made up for, I mean, the less accuracy is really made up for by the speed of attack, which is just incredible. So in terms of goals right now, I have a few goals. My main goals, I think, in this game are money things. Like, I want to eventually be able to afford an Elysian Spirit Shield, which is a long way off, but if you think about it, especially you guys will see in maybe the next video or whenever I make another loot compilation, like, I've made like 150 mil or something in the last 2 months, so it's not that crazy that you could get an Ellie eventually just from regular money making methods. That might be a rare drop table thing. I think it is. I'm not sure if they drop it normally. But yeah, it's really not that crazy. Like, if I play for like a year or so and I just keep getting more drops and things like that, it's really not that infeasible that I could get an Ellie. I'm not sure about Slayer, because I've actually been spending a lot of money on cannonballs and the Zulrah scales for the blowpipe and everything, but at least I'm getting something from that. I'm only 95 range, so I'm actually getting a lot of XP, and that will get me to 99. Once I get 99, I'll probably switch back to melee for Slayer, but right now it's really cool that I have a way I can do Slayer where I'm actually getting meaningful combat XP, even after playing this game so much. That's kind of cool that I'm getting meaningful combat XP. Like, I could just go buy a bunch of Chinchampas and get 99 range really quick, but there's really no need to do that when I can do it through Slayer and get, you know, like I said, meaningful XP that's actually putting me towards a level rather than just wasted XP over 99 like I have for these skills. Not too bad for the melee skills, but as you see, there's a lot of wasted XP, and especially HP XP. There's so much of that I already have. Like, there's almost no point in ever putting any XP towards hit points, because you will get so much HP XP from just about everything. Mage, I don't have too much XP over 99, nor especially not for Prayer. Prayer, you don't really get that much XP over 99 unless you're really going for more. See, like, there's a Law Rune drop here, and you think that wouldn't be much, but it actually is 58, because they buffed it. That's actually quite a lot of money, and that can add up really quick. You might get like 40k worth of Law Runes or something by the end of this task. I'm not sure if that's an exaggeration, it might be, but still. Another one of my goals is to get more pets. Pets are always super cool to get. They're super rare. Most drop rates for pets are 1 out of 5,000, which is really not that easy to get, but I've gotten pretty lucky with it so far. The Bandos one, like, I feel in a way I kind of deserve because I've done Bandos for so many years, and as you saw my Bandos kill count is something like almost 700 now, which is not nearly 5,000, but I've had a lot of kills before the update came out, like quite a lot. It's probably still not 5,000, but a sizable amount, so I kind of felt I deserved that. Zami I've done off and on here and there. Probably my second favorite God Wars boss, and I definitely got the pet super early there. As you guys saw in that video, I got like 100 kill count or something, and I get the pet. The Heron pet, I was extremely lucky. I think a lot of people get 99 fishing, and they don't even get the pet, so I can't really explain that. But I hope my luck will continue with pets, because part of the reason I've done Callisto a lot recently is not only because the drops are really good, but also because the drop rate for the Callisto Cub is only 1 out of 2,000, which is very doable. I think me and my friend, we have about like 200, 250 kill count each, so that's already like a quarter of the way there. If one of us I've been kind of fortunate that with the first two pets, the Bandos and Zami one, that I've been the one to get the kill and get the pet, but I wouldn't really mind if we did Callisto and my friend got the pet. That would probably be enough for us to stop doing Callisto. Just really for one of us to get the pet is really all I care about. As long as it's like someone I know getting the pet, that's really all I really would mind. The other thing I've been doing a little bit of, I've been trying, is Corp, and Corp is kind of weird. You only get 1 kill per trip, and you go with like 2 or 3 people, but you never know. My friend was in a trio yesterday, and he got an arcane sigil, or sigil, I don't really know. I kind of call it both. So that was 25. That was a 75 mil drop, and then he got a 25 mil split. And I don't know. I've always had mixed things about Corp. I don't find Corp the most fun as a boss personally. Like, I don't love the area. I don't love how much of a process it is to kill him. Like, you have to go in with BGS specs and Dragon Warhammer specs. And what we do is we go in and then we spec him and then we just telly out, and then we go in and we spec him again and then we telly out. And by then his defense is so low that you like literally never will miss with the Zami spear, so you can kill him pretty quick. But it's a long process, and the drops aren't actually that great unless you get anything that good. Cannonballs are worth like 400k if you can get them, and the sigils are really expensive, but they're very rare. They're like 1 out of 500 for the actual sigil. I mean, just to get any sigil. And basically, when you land that 1 out of 500 sigil drop, the drop table is basically 7 things, I think. I could be wrong, it could be 6. Pretty sure it's 7. And 3 of those 7 things is the Arcane, and 3 is the Spectral, and 1 of them is the Elysian. So to get an Elysian, from what I understand, you have to roll that 1 out of 500 drop, and then get a 1 out of 7 chance of getting the Elysian. But even if you don't get the Elysian, the Spectral and the Arcane are still worth a lot of money, so you can't really complain. But Corp, the way I see it, it's a long-term kind of investment that you're really going for that LA and you want to get that eventually. And who knows, you could get it, and it really could change your view on the game, or just the way you play the game, like, permanently, because if you get hundreds of mils or something, it's going to make a big difference for how you play the game. And that would put me a big step closer to getting my own LE, because obviously it would be a splitted drop. There's also an issue of trust when it comes to doing Corp. If one person would get the Elysian, would they actually split it with you? I'm very confident that one of my friends would, for sure. Or actually pretty much almost all the friends I do bossing with, I think they would split it. But we do, we have to get people from like this clan that my friend is in, and who knows about them. I would certainly split it with them. There's really no need not to. But who knows if you're going to get someone you're meeting for the first time and they wouldn't split with you, who knows. But I'm very confident that the friends I do PVM with already would definitely split. I really no reservations about that. I kind of want to get some skills up in general. I don't love my stats in Old School, even though they're kind of decent. Really depends on how you look at it. For a 126, they're nothing too special. My runecrafting level is really low, although I've been getting plenty of XP from that, from achievement diaries, which I've been starting to do a little more of. Like, I do the easy and medium ones, and then I have the requirement for some of the hard ones, which I'll do. But some of the hard diaries and the elite diaries have like pretty insane requirements, but I could probably manage getting some of the hard diary requirements. I've also done a couple master clues. I actually got 3 master clues, and I was able to complete 2 of them. and I got like 500k from each of them, which is pretty interesting. You get that much just from like a mediocre reward. I didn't get anything like special, just got normal items and like dragon items and stuff, and it does add up. But master clues are kind of fun to do as well, because there's a 1 out of 1,000 chance that you get the Bloodhound pet, which I believe is arguably the hardest pet to get in the game. Pets are just like a fun goal because they're so rare and they're kind of like prestigious to get and just cool that I really want to get as many as I can. And that's like me and my friend at Killers, we had a conversation as to, would you rather get the Dark Core pet from Corp, or would you rather get a Elysian like trio? And he actually said he would rather get the pet, because the Elysian you would get about like 200 mil split or something like that. But the Dark Core pet is so hard to get because it's 1 out of 5,000, but it also has to be your kill for the Corp. So you could think of it as if you're doing a trio, the odds of you getting a pet from every time the Corp dies is like 1 out of 15,000. So that even might be more worth it in the long run, because that could take like centuries to get, or not centuries, but a long time to get the pet, because you might not get the kill where the pet is actually the drop. I should have been SGS specking way earlier. Some tasks you can kind of sustain yourself with SGS, and some tasks like this one you kind of need Guthans. Wow, pretty good specs as well. See, like, look at that, Rune 2H. What's really annoying is the ALK thing on this. I wonder if there's any way I can change this, but I can't just ALK this without a confirmation message. So you may notice I have the valuable drop thing enabled, which I actually said I had that at 100k at first, but I actually changed it to 10k. And it's really nice because as someone who doesn't use OS Buddy, it kind of tells me when I get a drop that's like really worth picking up. So anything over 10k I can pick up, and like when we go to Callisto, all the drops are like between 30k to like 400k. So it's kind of cool that I can find out the exact amount. Like if we get 70, like one of the most expensive drops is like 75 crushed nests or 75 red dragonhide, and it'll tell me exactly how much money that's worth without even having to use OS Buddy. Nothing wrong with people who do use OS Buddy. I've always just been kind of wary about like using other like clients and stuff to play RuneScape. I know there have been situations in the past where people who use like SwiftGit and stuff have gotten hacked. But also part of it is the features on OS Buddy don't often appeal to me. Like there's so much shit on your screen that you don't need. I know you can probably turn most of it off, but still it doesn't seem like something I really need. But some of the things would be super useful, like a timer, for example, when bosses are going to respawn. Miscellanea I've also been doing a lot as well. I have it set now to 10 people on mahogany logs and 5 people on coal, and you actually make quite a lot of money from Miscellanea, like something like 75k a day, which really adds up. And I also did the easy and medium Varrock diary, so I can buy a bunch of battle stabs a day, and I make like 70k a day from that. So that alone could pay for quite a lot of things, and that adds up quickly. So money making this game is just quite a lot of fun when you do it through PVM. Staking is something I could do, but I really don't feel confident in my luck this time around because I've gotten so lucky with staking in the past in pre-EOC. But who knows, maybe I could stake and make a lot of money, but I'll probably never know, at least not for a while. Maybe I'll stake sometime, but I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't be as lucky this time around. But luck is always different every time. Your luck isn't going to be better or worse based on what it has been in the past, but I guess I don't want to test my luck too much is all I'm saying. So in terms of other skills, I'd like to continue fishing when I have the chance as well. I really enjoyed fishing monkfish, just AFKing and stuff, and I'm keeping all the raw monkfish that I fish, and I'll probably cook them as well at some point, and that would give me... Basically, the way I calculate it is, if I fish monkfish until I was 94 fishing, I would be able to get 99 cooking based on the amount of monkfish that I would have in the bank, which is pretty cool to think about. Not that I couldn't just buy the monkfish and cook them as well and even profit, but it's still kind of nice. Monkfish are probably arguably one of the best overall things to fish because every time you catch a monkfish you get 120 XP and sharks are only 100 XP, and you also fish monkfish at the rate of around lobsters, which is quite fast. It's not like super fast, but it's pretty fast, and sharks are terribly slow. So really monkfish are overall probably the best fish, although if you just care about XP you could do the barbarian fishing thing. And with that, you have to like drop inventories of the fish, which is really just not something I want to do. Fishing, I think, of a nice. I like fishing to be a nice just AFK skill where you don't have to do a lot of dropping and use like mouse keys and stuff. Speaking of mouse, I'm actually getting a new mouse. I ordered the Razer Death Adder Elite. I actually have the left-handed one, which I use sometimes when I play left-handed. I can use the mouse pretty decent with left-handed now because, as I've talked about before, I've wrist pain, so sometimes it's useful to do things with the other hand. And I really enjoyed the left-handed edition so far. I actually just got that recently as well. I don't spend a lot of money on video games in general, pretty much just in the last year. The only thing I've really bought is like RuneScape, so that's really not very expensive. So I can invest a little bit in a good gaming mouse, even though I'm not really the person who believes in like, oh, you need to have all this good equipment if you want to be a good gamer, especially not for RuneScape. RuneScape is not very click intensive or things like that, although for some things it could definitely be important to be able to like maneuver quickly and stuff, like last man standing, especially if you're doing competitive or PKing and such, or like team PKing. You would definitely want to be very quick, but PVM is mostly nothing too crazy about that. Some things, there's exceptions, like I think one of the newer bosses, like the Hellhound boss, Cerebus, you have to do like all these prayer switching. And there's also a way about prayer flicking where you can like literally keep prayers on every time, which I've learned about. It's very hard to do. Let me see if I can try it. It's like you turn it on and then you like double click. It's like I was kind of getting it there for a second. It's kind of hard to do. I haven't really tried it or practiced it much, but it's something I'll look into in the future. But if any of you guys have used the Razer mice before, let me know what you thought of it, because I'll probably be using it right now. Right now I'm just using I think it's called a Red Dragon Centroforus. It's like a $15 gaming mouse, and it's actually quite nice. But I figured it's time for an upgrade, especially the Razer seems to have really light clicks, which is good for people like me who do have wrist pain sometimes. But yeah, that might be about it for this video. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any suggestions for more videos, I'd be very happy to hear them. Any guides you want me to make. I want to get back to making guides soon as well, because those tend to do pretty well in terms of what people feedback and stuff. And I will be making more loot clip compilations in the future. One thing to talk about is right now I'm recording in 720p because I'm recording a video, so I make my screen 720p. But sometimes when I'm like playing just like normally, like I'm doing Bandos or something with my friends, I'll have my screen kind of not in a very good resolution for recording, but I'll record anyway. So that's why you see in like the last video I have to have like black bars, because I'm not playing at a very good recording resolution. But generally for videos like this, that's not a problem. But if that really bothers people, you can let me know. I think the quality is still overall pretty good. It's just the resolution's not ideal. But I think this video will look very nice in terms of the quality of the resolution and such, and a nice 1280p. So anyway, another thing to talk about is you can join the clan chat at Andrew AJT62. Just copy in the name of my YouTube name, Andrew AJT62. It is different from my RuneScape name. My RuneScape name that I generally use doesn't have an extra A before the JT62, but I do own the account of the clan chat as well, which is just like a throwaway account I've had for many years. And also you can like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, of course, and follow me on Twitch and Twitter down below. Twitter, I always post a lot of cool things, like if I get a cool drop or a new pet or something like that, I'll post on Twitter, and sometimes real life photos as well, so you can check those out. Like I put a picture of my real life pet, my cat, the other day when I got home. And Twitch, you can follow me as well. I still have interest in streaming. We'll see if I might. Maybe even this week I could. We'll see. Bossing is certainly fun to stream, so maybe I'll do that just to have a little fun. And also you can join the Andrew AJT62 Discord as well, with the link in the description. And the Discord and the clan chat is not all about me, by the way. You don't have to be like a super fanboy to join. It's really just anything RuneScape related discussion. The goal isn't to make it all about me. It's not just like a fanboy clan chat. That's not really the point, although if you're a big fan, you're welcome to join, of course. But yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. I'm going to be enjoying this Slayer task, making quite a lot of money already, 90,000 and counting. So yeah, and if you, like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know and give me feedback on this video. I think this video turned out pretty well. I talked about a lot of cool things that I wanted to talk about, and it was fun to make. So I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching.